In this video, I'll show you how to take an impression of your finger so it can be used to make custom-fitted false nails in silver, gold, or platinum. I'm showing a casting of my own thumb as an example in this video. The process of taking an impression is very straightforward. After an order for custom-made false nails is placed, I send out 3 tin boxes, 2 round and 1 rectangular. Before taking an impression, you want to make sure your cuticle is clean. In the rectangular box, there are 2 cocktail sticks made of bamboo and a metal stick made of steel. One end of the cocktail stick is dull. The other end is pointy. These are for cleaning up the cuticle on your finger. If you break one, there's a spare. If you want something stronger, there's a metal pin in the box as well. I normally use the pointy tip of the bamboo stick to remove any dead skin on the base of my nail. When I want something stronger, I use the dull end of the stick. Because it is relatively soft, the bamboo stick has less chance of scratching the nail. A lot of the time, if your hand is dry or if it is a winter's day, you might find the cuticle very hard to remove. In this case, to soften your cuticle, one of the best ways is to merge your fingers in a bowl of warm water for about 5 minutes. After that, you will find it much easier to work on. However, if you want something even stronger to work at the corners, you can use the steel pin that comes with the package. When using the pin, make sure to lower the angle of the pin. I don't want to use the pointy tip to scratch the nail. I only use the flat surface to remove the cuticle. Once the hardest parts are gone, I go back to the bamboo stick. The steel pin is only used to remove the very dry or thick skin at the base of your nail. After using both the bamboo stick and the steel one, now my cuticle is clean. I will remove the extra skin in a minute. Next, I need to trim my nail. In this video, I'm using my thumb as an example. It works the same on all the other fingers. When doing this, trim the nail to the shape and length you would like your false nail to have. In my case, I want to keep the false nail quite short. But if you prefer it long like this, keep the nail as it is. I found some extra skin at the base of my nail. I remove it with the nail clippers as well. This is how my nail looks after all the cleaning. Before taking the impression, I have washed my hands with soap and dried them with a clean towel. Now, I'm ready to take the impression. Here are the 2 round tin boxes that come within the package. There are 2 different types of putty in each of them, one in blue and one in white. You simply get them out and mix them together with your fingers until the color is even. This is real-time mixing. I haven't sped the footage up or slow it down. Try to finish this in about 1 minute. Before doing this, it is quite important both hands have been washed with soapy water. If your hands are not clean, you could contaminate this putty when mixing it. Also, when doing this, try to stay away from any radiator or heat source, and away from direct sunlight. An overly warm environment could make the putty solidify quicker. Mixing this in a cool and shady area would be ideal. Once you see the color has turned even, this putty is ready. There are two ways to wrap the putty around. First, you can spread the putty out and wrap it from one side to the other, like this. Make sure you feel the area around the nail is fully covered. To make sure it is wrapped nicely, I use my right hand to compress the putty around the thumb to make sure it is picking up all the details of the thumb, with no gaps. The other way is to spread the putty into a roundish shape. Push the thumb into the middle of the putty like this. Make sure the entire nail and the first section of the thumb is covered up to the joint. And then drag the surrounding putty down to cover the rest of the thumb. Make sure the putty surrounding the fingertip is at least a 1/4 inch or 1/2 centimeter thick. Once the putty is on the finger, you can still adjust it to make sure it is touching the entire area of your nail. Both way works, but I personally prefer the second one because it reduces the chance to trap air between my thumb and the putty. My thumb is quite small. That's why this seems to be a lot of putty. The amount that comes with the kit is actually enough for 2 small fingers or 1 big finger. If you are making more than 1 nail impression, once you are happy with it, you can use the cocktail stick to make a note on it. L stands for left hand, 1 stands for the thumb, 2 stands for the index finger, and so on. Adjust it a bit to make sure you can feel the area around your nail is fully in contact with the putty. Once it's done, set an alarm for 5 minutes. Leave your finger as it is. I will not touch it while it is setting. 5 minutes actually go quite fast. To remove it, you might first find your finger can't come out easily. That's because there is no air between your finger and the mold. All you need to do is to gently squeeze the mold to introduce some air into the gap. This will break the suction between the mold and your skin. After that, your finger will be released and should come out easily. With this mold, I normally leave it in the shade for about an hour. This is to make sure it is completely solid before wrapping it up and putting it back to the post. After that, you can send this impression to your jeweler and they will do the rest for you. If you like this video, please click the like button or even subscribe. This will help the channel a lot and doesn't cost you anything. Earlier, I made a mold without cleaning my cuticle properly. I'm curious to see if it matters and what difference it makes. Excuse the back of my right hand. Those are scratches caused by my cat. I'm right-handed. If there is any mistake, it's normally my left hand that gets it. Also, making jewelry will rarely cause a scratch on the back of the hand. Here you can see the mold can be in any shape. As far as the putty is in full contact with the nail area, it will work. After 5 minutes, the putty should have turned solid. To release the finger, give the mold a gentle squeeze to break the suction, and your finger will come out without any problem, as I mentioned earlier. You can see my cuticle was not very clean when I made this mold. As I have taken this impression already, I will carry on to make a mold using both impressions to see what difference it will make when I use them to make a false nail. My cuticle was clean when making the impression on the left-hand side, but it was not when making the one on the right-hand side. Here are the 2 molds I made using the 2 impressions I took the other day. You can see the base of the nail is very clean and clear on this one. This shows me where the edge of the false nail should be. This is the one I made when my cuticle was not clean, and the edge of the nail was not trimmed. With a mold like this, I will have trouble figuring out where the base of the nail is. I didn't trim the nail when taking impression on the left-hand side. If my mold comes out with the edge like this, I would assume this edge is where you want the false nail to end. For instance, if you want the false nail to be in a particular shape, cut your nail to the length and shape you would like the false nail to be. Then take the impression. In this way, I will make the false nail to cover exactly over the real nail. This is how the sterling silver false nail looks in the end. With a false nail like this, you can choose from a variety of finishes and decorations. You could have it plain, set some gemstones on it, or have customized hand-engraved patterns on the surface. It's real fun. If you like this video, you might also like the one showing on the screen. I will see you in the next video.